cat people, how are you today? I'm Catlady Antigoni, and today I'm talking about my favorite neutral or neutral heavy palettes. Before I start with the video, let me tell you, I have already filmed this makeup look. If you're interested, is the video where I'm doing the battle of the Barbie palettes. Basically, I have this Barbie palette from Colourpop and this one from Glamlight. I'm comparing them, I'm talking about them, and I'm creating this makeup using eyeshadows from both of them. So if this sounds like a good idea, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna leave a card up there so you can go and watch this video after you finish with this one. Now let me explain you what are we doing today, because if you know me, if you have been a subscriber for quite a long time, you probably have understood that I don't really like neutral palettes, neutral eyeshadows. I mean, it's kinda obvious, right? So it was a bit challenging to me to find neutral or neutral heavy, to be more precise, palettes and present them to you. But I feel that a lot of you might be interested about this topic, so here I have them. I have collected my favorite palettes from my collection and I'm here to present them to you today. So if you're interested to see my choices, let's start with the video. Alright, the first palette that I'm gonna tell you about is the Going Coconuts from Colourpop, and as you can see, is a quite used palette. I'm not sure if I want to open it and show you the mess that I have here, but first of all, I started with this one because it's the most neutral heavy palette that I have in my collection, and secondly, I think it's the most used neutral palette that I own because, again, as I told you, I do not really like neutral makeup looks, so it's kind of hard for me to say, okay, today I'm gonna do a full neutral look, so I'm gonna reach for a neutral palette. But this color combination actually was doing something to me. It was somewhat special, so I used this palette. I even hit pan here at the Culada eyeshadow. I also used it when I was doing my body paints, so to give some shading or to give some more neutral tones. It was a very loved palette. Nowadays, to be honest, I do not really use it, but I know that when I need a neutral warm toned eyeshadow, I can find it here in a quite good quality. I'm not sure if you can find it there, but it's Colourpop, so we all know that you can find something similar in a similar price tag. I'm gonna continue with the Nimia palette from Nikki Tutorial's own brand. I mean, look how beautiful she is there. Wow, I'm dying about her and her makeup. I'm such a fan girl of her. Anyway, let me show you the palette. Yes, I know that you will say that it's not a neutral palette, but again, I said that in today's video we're gonna see a lot of neutral heavy and not, 100% neutral palettes, because I don't think that I have 100% neutral palettes except from the Going Coconuts from Colourpop. Anyway, back to the palette. Here we have basically 3 rows. 2 of them in my head are very neutral heavy. The third one is the more fun one. That's why you can see that I have used this row more than anything else in the palette. But I actually love the quality of this palette. It's top notch. The mattes are super buildable and blendable. They are so beautiful, and the shimmers, oh my God, they are so metallic and shifty. And here we even have 2 duochromes, this Brr, which is not a neutral, but I still love it, so of course I'm gonna tell you about it. And then we have this, which is actually so pretty. I have swatched this on my hand, and although that here you might see it as kind of like orangey brown, on my eye, or hand to be precise, it's swatched like a dark pink. It was so nice, and actually this one inspired me to do a more neutral look. Obviously, it's not the look that you see right here, but tell me in the comments if you want to see something neutral, something more out of my style. Please tell me so I know, so I will do it soon. I will do it anyway. The question is, do you want to see it in a video or do you want to see just the result on Instagram or something like that, Moving on to a very old palette. You can consider this as an honorable mention. This is from Too Faced, and the packaging was like a snowman. I have shown you the packaging a lot of of times here at my channel, at older videos obviously, but here is the palette, and you know something, I haven't used it that much, but I have used it quite a lot for a neutral palette. As you can see, I have not hidden pan in any of the eyeshadows. That's why I didn't feel like buying more neutrals, because I know that I'm not using them. But again, every time that I need a more special, even Christmassy, I would say, neutral, I'm going here, and it still smells, and it's so beautiful to look at. It contains a glitter, and I know that a lot of you do not enjoy your palette to contain a glitter, but to me it's actually a good thing because it's one neutral less, so I just love it. I love this palette, and since I bought it, I have improved in a lot of ways, so it brings back a lot of memories. And it's not only about the color scheme or the quality, it's like what it's bringing with it, and it's so sweet and nostalgic, mainly nostalgic to look at it and remember everything that I have been doing since 2019 that I bought this one. Wow, I'm getting old. This palette is getting old as well. And let me show you the last older palette that I have for today's video. Again, it's from Too Faced Christmas collection, a different one than the previous palette, but actually it was from a set, so I don't think that it has a name. No, it's not having a name. It's okay though. Look at the color scheme. Oh my god, so many memories, so nostalgic. Look at this Snowflake. I love the names of this palette and of the other one. They are so creative and they are Christmassy but with a twist. I just love them. And this one, which is called Tinseltown, these two were my favorites. They are quite well used if you can see them. I actually think that I could express myself a bit more with neutral looks back then, or I was scared to use a lot of colors because I wasn't sure about my technique. But nowadays I don't think that I would reach for a palette like this. I mean, yes, I like this one, Santa's favorite, I like this one, that's my jam, this one, but when it comes to the actual neutrals, I don't know, I don't feel like I can talk through my makeup and say all the things that I have in my head if I'm using these colors. If you like them, I'm very happy for you. No offense, this video is not aiming to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm just expressing my personal opinion. And again, if you want to see something neutral from me or neutral with a twist, you can always tell me and I will do it for you. I didn't want to go into details to describe like how I feel about Too Faced eyeshadow quality because the palette were actually old and I don't think that you can find them out there. So I don't think that you need this type of information. Anyway, we are ready to move on to the present and to something that you can actually find. And I'm gonna tell you about the Blend Bunny Cosmetics and her palette all done up. I mean, look at this beauty. This is a neutral grungy dream. And yes, I know, it's not the definition of neutrals. I have understood this concept, but this is one of the most neutral palettes that you can find in my collection. And I actually love Blend Bunny's quality. And I love this eyeshadow palette because although that it offers neutrals with a twist. I mean, look at those greens. Wow, look at these bricky reds. And I love the way that Blend Bunny is having her eyeshadows like the light, the medium and the dark, and then all the shimmers. I don't care if they're corresponding to the matte eyeshadows or not. What I see here is beautiful. What I have from Blend Bunny in general is so beautiful. So I love this palette. I haven't been using it a lot, but when I want something more grungy, more neutral-ish grungy, I definitely dive in here and I definitely love the quality and what this offers to me. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. Today we are talking about my favorite neutral-ish palettes, so I decided to tell you the Greek word for neutral. So in Greek we say ουδέτερος. Say with me. Ουδέτερος. Ουδέτερος. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word ουδέτερος, or actually tell me the word in your own native language. language. And last but definitely not least, I'm gonna tell you about a collaboration palette. This is the collaboration between NYX Professional Makeup and La Casa de Papel. Look how awesome is this palette. I know that a lot of you didn't like the shape because you cannot store it vertically, but actually I love this shape and I love weird shaped palettes. They are my favorites, I can tell you, because they are more creative. Anyway, look at this color scheme. Again, we don't have the absolute neutral color scheme, but it's very neutral heavy, and I feel that this palette can replace the two palettes from Too Faced that I showed you before, and I think that all these colors are neutrals, but they are having a twist. For example, we have this dark red, we have some greens, and we have some incredibly beautiful shimmers. What I can tell you about this palette, although that it's not available anymore, but still, you know, I'm mentioning in this video, so I want to analyze it a little bit. Most of the shimmers that you see here are working more as toppers and not as, you know, metallic eyeshadows. They are not that pigmented, but for example, this one, the Royal Mint, is so beautiful as a topper. Wow, I try to remember to use this. I don't always, but when I do, the makeup is looking absolutely stunning. If you don't own this palette, I would just recommend you to keep your eyes open for NYX Professional Makeup collaborations, because they are killing it with their collaborations. In general, I'm not a big fan of their usual eyeshadow palette formulas. You know, their eyeshadows are not my thing. I think I have way better quality eyeshadows in my collection nowadays, but when it comes to collabs, they are doing amazing stuff and they are changing their formulas quite a lot. I have not noticed it here, I have noticed it at my Sabrina collab, which is not neutral by any stretch of imagination, but it's a pattern that I see again and again. I haven't bought the Avatar collab and I haven't bought the Barbie one. I mean, I didn't get Barbie vibes from this one anyway, but I think that the eyeshadow quality will be equally perfect. So if you're interested about any NYX eyeshadow, just wait until their next collab, and there you will find the top-notch quality that I love. And that was it. This was our video for today. I know that today we probably had a shorter video with a topic that I do not usually touch in my channel, but I want to be as inclusive as possible, and since I know that a lot of you are into neutrals, I said why not. So please tell me down in the comments, did you enjoy today's theme? What else do you want to see here at my channel? Also, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Everywhere, my name is Catlady Antigoni and I will be very happy to see you there. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you a lot. See you next time with a makeup tutorial. I think it's gonna be a makeup tutorial, and until then, bye bye.